Any African leader who can hear me out there on the entire continent, if you aspire to be a president, please follow the path of Traore. Africa does not need democracy.
What do we need?
It's a smokescreen of lies, which allows imperialism and neocolonialism to continue. Africa needs dictators. Africa needs military dictators.
Military, not just any other dictator.
Military for security. Dictators in that they must dictate the right thing. We need people that are purposeful, cutting down the bureaucracy of democracy and getting things done. If you walk up into your parliament right now, you'll have papers the size of this room of good ideas that have never been implemented, roads that have never been finished, buildings and hospitals that have not been repaired, but budget approved and voted. It's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline. And in the midst of that pipeline, procurement, corruption, and preferential procurement, looting and stealing is happening. How does a minister walks into a government with 50,000 shillings become a millionaire in 2 years with a salary that can't afford 3 pairs of shoes? Where does he get the money from? Any government minister who becomes a millionaire after being to a government office is a thief.
That's true. That's very true.
There's no millionaire who becomes a millionaire through government salaries. I make that statement loud and clear. So this whole concept of democracy, it's a facade, the entertainment for the poor, to think that by voting a president into power, they've actually put a man in control. We need people like Traore, who wakes up in the morning and said, I need 3,000 trucks of road equipment on the road by tomorrow. And 3 kilometers from Ghana into Burkina Faso, they are there by tomorrow. I need a hospital there. I need an aeroplane manufacturing industry there. And you need to give a president power, the one who can decide, not the one who can steal, the one who can decide and make a change. We look at our countries. Look at Kenya, almost 50 years of independence.
60.
Look at Ghana, 63. Look at Zimbabwe, 40 something. And the roads that the colonialists built, we're even battling to repair them with potholes and etc. And you wonder, for the past 45 years, what are we doing? Here's the Minister of Roads, here's the Minister of Public Works, but they simply can't get things done. So what do you need? You need a leader. Boko has picked up the signal.
Yeah.
Walks up one morning and says, no more diamonds are living here. We are going to beneficiate themselves. You look at Mali, come on, no more. Uranium is going out. We're going to benefit it here. We need Ghana. We need Kenya to say, no more coffee lives here. We will make the chocolates from here. Belgium must order chocolates made in Kenya. You can't take our coffee and take it to Belgium and says, produced in Belgium. What the hell are you talking about? Who are you cheating here? You don't even have a single bush of a coffee tree in Belgium and say they're the producers of coffee. Who is lying to who? Britain cannot be the sole mother of determining the price of gold. You don't even have a quarry mine to bring me 2 or 3 dust of gold in your country. Where are you getting it from? Allowed.
Stealing.
Thuggery. That's why I called Britain, Pambe for me, the home of the Tomb Raiders, when I discovered it in August.
Do you think Traore is becoming a threat to African leaders?
He's not a threat.
Most African leaders.
He has become a model. And let me say this. Let me just sit up straight.
Yes, please.
Any African president who's coming into power in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, I am here with all our social media footprint and influence.
Yeah.
You tell me the one you want to become president, we will give them the agenda of the items we want them to attend to. We will not be recycling these old bags and old sacks of political thugs who go to parliament to sleep and fart in parliament. No. We need a new breed of thinkers who are only not looking for food and cannot see beyond their nose. We have an agenda to achieve, the Africa that we need for all of us. Therefore, we need to start looking at Traore as a model through which any African leader who is coming into power. I feel sorry for Biya and Cameroon, honestly.
I was going to come to the old people.
Years.
There's Biya and there's Alassane Ouattara, who is also 83. When you see these old leaders still stuck on that seat and still wanting to be president, what is the problem?
No, they don't want to be presidents.
What do they want?
They are funders.
And?
Who want them in power. They are protected by those they've signed bilateral agreements with.
At 93?
Cameroon is being run by France. The president is sick, sitting in Cameroon for 8 months, 9 months in his hospital bed. The French embassy in Cameroon is running Cameroon. Shocked?
Not really.
But that's the reality.
Yeah.
The whole media of BIA is being run from France, from Paris. What do you expect? So in as much as you talk about African leaders want to hold on to power, come on, just open up your eyes a little bit.
Is it the same for Ivory Coast?
They don't.
Alassane Ouattara is 83.
The whole
There
thing,
were even demos last week, actually.
who has an interest in his power? Is it the local people or the foreign multinational companies who have an agreement with him to do trades for so many years? Some of them got 30 years, some of them 99 years to do business with this guy. What makes you think that they'll be willing to watch and wait for you as a small little young opposition leader to come into power to overturn the treaties that they've signed? Are you not aware that in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, the French are lurking around looking for coups to push these guys out? Why? They want to renew the old contracts. This is business. Politics is a prostitute of economics. So you talk about politics, they're talking about money and business, treaties, trade agreements, and whoever is in power must protect these trade agreements.
So is France fighting its way since they've been sent away from Mali, Niger, and
They didn't go,
Burkina
they just
Faso?
went next door. They just
Also,
went
they're
next door.
now playing in the neighborhood.
They went to Cote d'Ivoire, some of them are hiding in Guinea-Bissau, some of them are hiding there, again regrouping, and stupid neighboring presidents, instead of seeing the light that is flicking a path in which you must walk, you still go to bed with the enemy. And anytime you see African leaders doing those funny little smiles, shaking the hands of the white men, you must get worried. Because the question is, did you sit in parliament and actually approve for him to go and do that, or is doing that at his own will? Some of those treaties that are being signed there, the parliament is not even aware of what's happening there. Did you pass the action for your Kenyan soldiers to go to Haiti?
Actually,
Do you remember lifting your hands in parliament and agreeing for your brothers to go and die in Haiti?
I think my parliamentarians were surprised that they were going.
There you go. So was he acting out of the instruction of the government, or he was acting from his own heart? And that's democracy for you. You elect one person to make decisions on your behalf. And whether those decisions are constructive or destructive, only the international community can say it is in our interest. As we are moving towards this Africa that we want, we must be careful again not to fall into the same nationalism politics. We needed to start strategically positioning ourselves and say, where are these materials being found?
Yeah.
And what kind of support as neighboring countries can we give? Good example, Angola. There's oil. The whole sea there is full of oil,
Yeah.
unlimited resources. So here we are in Zimbabwe, buying our oil from Iraq and Russia, thousands of miles away from here. But right across the Zambezi,
Is Angola.
there's oil. The same budget you are using for shipping oil from there, as government, why not walk across there and develop that refinery and then pump through Zambia or through Kasongula, one pipe on the Zambezi River. Angola is here, Zambia is here, Namibia is here, Botswana is here, Zimbabwe is here. Build a city, a new city right there, and service each other. So look at 5 countries right now sitting on a table and say, you have oil, let's support you. Congo, you have maize and agricultural space, let's support you. Botswana, you have diamonds and jewelry, let's support you. You know, Zimbabwe, you have this. It is this strategic conversation that, and the weakest link on African unity are our presidents. Because apparently when we become united, they'll lose power. So all of them are holding on to their seats. They don't want this thing to happen. Because some of them even claimed national budgets as their family businesses.
When you look at someone like Duba Boko, what
Bloody
is your-
thieves.
7 years of delays, it's judgment day for Julius Malema and his bodyguard Adrian Snyman. The East London Magistrates Court is set to deliver its ruling in the case, which goes back to 2018. Malema is accused of recklessly firing an illegal gun at the EFF's 5th anniversary rally in Tanzania. And Snyman is accused of supplying that actual and very weapon. Sipa Kema is joining us now live. It's been a long road here, Sipa. Let's just talk through some of the key and pivotal moments, because it's ultimately taken 7 years for us to get to this point. Good morning.
Absolutely, Arabile. Good morning. It has been a long road, but also quite a bumpy one to get us here. I mean, when this case had initially started, it was a stop and start where from the defense side as well as from the state side not being ready, delayed. At some point, Magistrate Toinette Olivier had to actually give a good talking to the defense, saying that should they delay again, there's going to be consequences. But that was earlier on. Then after the delays also came from the state side, where the state was also not ready. I mean, just before this trial was set to finally start, the prosecutor, the senior prosecutor in the matter, then had decided to resign within days of this trial. That's when Advocate Joel Caesar had to step in at a short notice, but he also was not ready to start. But finally, the trial went underway, Arabile, and when it had started, started with the state, who had over 13 witnesses that was giving testimony and evidence. Now, to say that some of that testimony was mostly looking at cartridges that were allegedly found at that sports field at Sisat-Tukashe, but also that one video that was so trending on social media, where Julius Malema was allegedly seen firing what seemed to be a rifle at the EFF's 5th anniversary at Sisat-Tukashe in Mdantsane here in East London. Now, of course, the defense had an issue with that particular video, stating that its authenticity could not be verified as it came from several social media users. So who is the original owner of that video? But of course, the judge then decided that no, this is admissible in court, so it can be used as evidence. Now, as some of the investigating officers, forensics experts provided by the South African Police Services were testifying, there were inconsistencies between their testimony as well as their statements. For an example, one of the issues the defense had picked up was that said video that was brought into evidence using the investigating officer, Colonel Swartboy's cell phone, not any other cell phone, but the investigating officer's cell phone was the one that was used into evidence. And that was not actually, that was omitted in the statement, it was omitted in the testimony. But when the defense asked that forensic experts from SAPS, that we believe that this video actually came through the investigating officer's cell phone, that's when he actually confirmed, when asked why they omitted such a huge part of the evidence. He then said it was not his intention, and that goes for most of his testimony, Arabile, where he was apologizing for omitting several things within his statement, but also within his testimony when the defense was cross-examining them. So it got to a point where even when between Joel Caesar and Malema had gotten to the stand, it was quite a heated back and forth there between them. So today it's going to be quite an interesting one, just to see where exactly what's going to happen, where the verdict is going, because at this point there isn't a way to tell, but to tell you that those omissions could assist Julius Malema in this matter.
Yeah, and that judgment is going to rain down on Julius Malema a little bit later on today, including his bodyguard, Adrian Snyman. Sipakema following that one for us. Do stay safe out there as well.